Hey, Dunbar High School, TSA Parents and Families. It's me, Mr. P. It's another week. We had our TSA meeting on Thursday. We had everybody pretty much in attendance. We had a couple of members that were out. So, this is kind of a rundown of what happened yesterday in TSA. So as far as the competition goes, conference goes, chaperones, if you're still interested in chaperoning, just shoot me an email real quick, jasonmp@leadschools.net, saying, hey, you want a chaperone, and I'll put you on the chaperone list, okay? So here's what's going on. And parents, I kind of need your help with this. So we have a large chapter this year. We have 43 members in our TSA chapter. We have a lot of different events going on. We have projects happening. We have team captains. We have team members. Really, parents, it's going to come down to this. If your child is a team captain for an event and they are scheduling a meeting time with their team members outside of TSA, just periodically remind them that they have to have those meetings with their teammates, okay? Because there was some issues with the chapter, I guess last week and a little bit of this week, where there were team captains. They were making meeting appointments with team members. Team captains weren't showing up for whatever reason. A lot of last minute things. I mean, look, I understand life gets in the way, but at least give your team, at least give the team a heads up as to what's going on. Because really, in order for the chapter to be successful when we go to Orlando, they have to be successful here. And one of the things that I am trying to instill in your child is the sense of that professionalism, is that sense of respect, and basically it's all about managing that time. They have all this time that they have to do their schoolwork, they have to do homework, and some of them are working. They have a job outside of school, they have family obligations, so they really have to kind of all agree on what time is really going to work for them to meet outside of school. Because one of the things that my TSA members will hear me say time and time again is that the work doesn't stop outside of TSA. Okay, just because we have a meeting on Thursday and we meet from 2:10 to 4 o'clock, doesn't mean the work doesn't stop at 4 o'clock on Thursdays. The work keeps going. Okay. So parents, if I can get some help with that, that would be great. That'd be awesome. Love you guys a lot. Okay. So just, periodically just check in with your child and say, hey, you got any team meetings going on this week? Anything happening? That way, because I want to see your child do well in Orlando. I really do. I mean, it's all about them, getting up on that stage and hopefully bringing back some hardware for either for themselves or for the school. Okay. So please, we can just do that. That's awesome. And really, this video is also going out to my TSA members because they have access to the videos as well. So TSA members, you guys have to communicate after school, okay? So there's that. You guys heard me go off about that yesterday. Just make sure that continues on from now until we leave for March, okay? There's that. Other than that, parents, if your child did not get a team T-shirt, I am opening up that form again. We have a couple of orders in right now. So I'm going to open up the form's open up again. It's going to close on November 6th. Okay, so they have a couple weeks to kind of just get in there, just put their name in there, tell me what size they are, and then we're going to send it off. Okay, and then after all, they pay for the TSA dues. Get them a shirt. Great. So they don't have to pay for anything. Just tell them, put their name in, what size, and they're done. Okay. Scrolling through here. I'm still ordering materials. A lot of materials are actually coming in. So a lot of materials are coming in. So we actually have stuff coming in next week. I know we have a large order coming in today. So there's going to be more stuff for them to kind of sift through and kind of get ready so they can get ready for their events. But everybody should have all the materials in by at least the first week in October. So what I'm going to do to kind of help your child and their team to be better at what they're doing now, is I'm going to offer some like real high level project management lessons about how to create timelines, how to set their deadlines, how to figure out like project paths and scope, and try to avoid things like scope creep, where of course high school kids, and I was one once upon a time, we always have like this next bright idea, like, hey, we have a project, let's do this, let's do that, let's do the other. Once we start adding on to all this stuff, we get into something called scope creep, which is kind of hard to recover from. So I'm going to kind of teach them ways to kind of like avoid that, because once they get on that downward spiral, that scope creep downward spiral, it really becomes a problem. And then next thing I know, they're looking at deadlines to submit their event, and they're like, oh my god, where'd the time go? So I'm going to give them like a real brief lesson on project management. That's going to be for next Thursday. All right. Just wanted to send some reminders out to the group. I know our board game design team, they ordered some real rare earth magnets. Just remind them to keep the magnets away from my computers and their Chromebooks and their phones, okay? Because that will like destroy the computers like crazy, okay? So looks like we already have somebody that acknowledged that. So big shout out to Maya, okay? Just want to give a heads up. TSA, we actually participate in the Lee County Student TV and Film Festival. So if there are any digital video people out there, that anyone who's crafty with the camera and they want to get their TV or film thing going, hey, when the submissions open up, I like to throw a few in the different categories and see what happens, right? So this is a lot of fun. This is not required, but we do participate in it. Okay. The other thing we're doing this year is, because of how TSA is structured this year, as far as when the conference is, the conference is in March. It's usually in February. We decided not to do teams this year, only because it's going to require some after school time, and I think the date that I had picked, there's something else going on that day at school, so I'm not going to subject your child to doing after school things when they've already had a busy day at school. Okay, so we're just not going to do it. Okay, so just have your child just focus on their events. If they were doing teams, don't worry about it. Okay. Other than that, I think I pretty much think that's it. Okay, so really what it comes down to, parents and also my TSA members, if you're watching this, is really, the big thing I'm driving home here is the respect, the professionalism, okay? Because really, you signed a contract, a membership agreement, saying that you promise to be respectful, you promise to be professional. That membership, you signed it. Your parents signed that. There's an agreement saying that everything, that we are all in this, for the respect, for the professionalism. And when we have captains blowing off their teams, it's not a sign of professionalism. So we need to get that professionalism back on track, because again, what it comes down to is that when we are in Orlando, take a look at what goes on in Orlando, how other schools look at us, because we play the game. We play the game the way it's intended. We show up professional. We show up ready to go. And this is what has to happen in the classroom, because we have to get that habit going. We have to get that respect thing going. So be respectful to each other, guys. Communicate with each other. The work doesn't stop. Parents, if we can get the support from you guys, love you guys. Okay, so until then, have a good weekend, guys. Bye.